up on the front plug, I've got a YoloTech 23-inch mount, boat plug, camera mount, supplying power the whole time it's plugged in, so you don't have to change your batteries. On it, I've got a Insta360 camera to get those awesome shots. And then mounted on that power plate as well, I have the Lowrance 0.1 GPS. Inside the hatch here, got all my wiring for everything. Got my NEMA 2000 network so everything can read the 0.1. Got my fuse panel for my accessories, USB plugs, all that. Running a aux beam, 6 switch panel, relay bank. My main power and ground, all coming in through the hole there using a Yak Attack extra large wire through hole. Just the hole, didn't use any of the grommets, obviously, it's just for dress up. Inside the dry bucket here, I've got my active target and some of the extra wiring. Now everything on this kayak, I just got back from a 4-hour trip on the east side of Washington for the walleye social, so there's a little bit of standing water everywhere on it. It's all from rain and snow going over the pass. In here on the hole, a lot of questions about water buildup, standing water. There is a little bit. I've removed the scupper plugs under the seat to try and get some of that to drain. With the scupper plugs there, it obviously won't drain water, so water does build up. I'm looking at trying those valve scuppers to see if that'll change anything, but the amount of water is so minimal, I don't see it as an issue. Some people might. Got my dual screen graph mount, made by Boat FX. It's pretty nice because the graphs are locked down. So if you're lazy like me, I don't take my graphs off when I travel. I just put a cover on them. Between that and the Burley Pros, I haven't had any issues with screen damage. So running that, I like it from the top here. You can see it's got an angle so both graphs can be viewed pretty easily. Then with the Burley Pro sun visors, they keep the sun out. Pretty like it. Some more Yak Attack X through or XL wire throughs mounted up there. Eventually I'm thinking about making rod delete plates for both of the rod stagers. I don't use those. Having rode a lot of mountain bike, racing cross country, some free rides, some BMX, I'm already on my 4th set of pedals, seeing what I like. These particularly, I like them so when I'm not using them or I'm running the motor, I can fold them out of the way. Just give you a little bit more room there, you know, for your legs over here on the side. There's something less to hit. Over here, running the Yak Attack little boxes. Got all my stuff in there. Coming from a Hobie, I'm used to having that center hatch there in the center, no longer with the pedal drive, so these Yak Attack boxes have really come in handy there. Right now I'm running a Bixby J2 motor with the large battery pack, and I made a little makeshift throttle holder there, along with Yak Attack mounts for my Yak Attack parking pole. Coming over here, got the 3600 series Plano Edge boxes, one there, one over here. One thing I really like, this Burley Pro prison pocket. I'm used to using it. All my tools fit in it exactly where I want it. Tried to mount it up over here. Eventually I might go to the power or the pedal steering. I bought all the stuff for it, not decided on it yet, but I was gonna mount that over in there. It didn't fit, so ended up cutting the back of it off, use the Attack 90 mounts, and mounted it right there to where I can still get the 3600 behind it, and that has actually worked out very well. And back behind the seat here, I've got a little voltage meter and 2 water resistant USB plugs. Coming over here, I got the switch pack for the aux beam relay box that I'm running. So 6 on there. I got all my auxiliaries. The fish box button is for my active target. GPS is for the screens. Cameras for the camera powers around the boat. I got the whip, which is the YOLOtech nav light with camera mount on it. And then I got the front lights for my navigation, green and reds. Going back here to the steering, I definitely will be investing in one of the aluminum upgraded steering wheels or steering handles that are made. The plastic feels, you know, just kind of like it gives a little when you turn, but all in all, it's holding up well right now. And back here, I got my pull cord for my Bixby so I can pull it up. You know, the Bixby motor mounted or battery mounted back here. Normally I use the Attack strap track tie downs. I run a strap through that and back. And then underneath in the battery box, I've got my old battery box I was running on my last kayak. And I'm probably gonna change battery sizes and layouts. So for now, I've just got my old pack in there, running 2 Z Pro 30 amp hour lithiums. They're great. I can usually run them for a full day out on the water and still have some. Haven't run out of battery yet with them, so definitely the good size for it. That down. Back in here, I got the 2 paddle holders that come originally with the kayak. Mounted them to my black pack. They hold these little right height dock tie-offs, just because running with the poles down the side and then the active target on the other, it's nice to have that so it doesn't slam into docks when I tie up to them. Right here, got my emergency paddle. That's only here for now. I've got a different one coming. It's one of those pump paddles. It's got a bilge pump built into it. Long paddle. Goes up to 60 inches, so it'd be kind of like a sup paddle. It'd be nice for paddling in and out of the weeds if my parking pole can't push me through it. Black pack right here, 16 by 16. Mounted 2 of the boxes on top, just for extra storage. Got them all filled out with my Plano Edge boxes. Running 10 rod holders around it right now. Normally run between 9 to 13 rods in a tournament, depending. Still trying to dwindle it down, but still haven't got past or under 9. Back here on this power plate, I'm running 2 SAE connectors, one for the power pole and the other one for the track mount boat plug back there by YOLOtech. Like I said, running my Bixby on it now. That's what I had, J2 motor. Haven't decided if I'm going to stick with it. I might give bow mount XI3 a shot. I don't know yet. I really didn't want to, and then in one of my other videos I was standing on the seat going around docks, sight fishing from the seat. That kind of made me want the XI3 so I could just control it with a remote. while standing up there sight fishing. That'd be pretty rad. Over here, Snipe Air Industries, catch board holder. Got my catch board. Up in here, another one of those track mount boat plugs. Then on here I got the 53 inch Yellowtech power pole. Back under here, I haven't had much use for the tray. I'm used to carrying 2 big bins of plastics underneath me. Took it out one time. I did pull the tray out and slid a box under there. I kind of like that better, so I might end up drilling out the rivets on the tray, so that way I could fit 2 side by side in there and run that. Haven't decided yet. Like any other things, you take something straight out of the box, you want to check all your torques and everything. I had a pedal arm already come loose on me. I checked all the other bolts. I just neglected to check the arm bolts right here. I had one of those come loose, but since I tightened it, haven't had a problem. Like I said, that was just me forgetting to do my due diligence. Sniper Marine pole for your active target. This thing, hands down, the easiest, smoothest controller. Spin everything around, see what you want. Nice little tension knob underneath. It's great. And then mounted another camera there that I usually just have angled down at the measuring board, so that way when measuring fish for tournaments, if there's ever any question, I've got video of me measuring the fish, releasing the fish, making sure it's alive, and in all other scenarios, if I drop my phone in the water, I at least have some footage of me catching fish, even though it wouldn't count. Put my kayak cushion on there. This seat's kind of hard because doesn't have any access here to wrap around, so I actually linked them together. Then you can see through the fabric I pushed a zip tie through and zip tied it there to hold together. Haven't had an issue with them now. They're working great. As far as, I have had a lot of questions from some guys who are looking at the X about the seat moving. I was under the impression that it locked. I was kind of disappointed when I went and picked it up that it didn't lock. Mostly worried about pedaling and having the seat shift side to side while pedaling. I have not had that issue at all, pedaling hard. Pretty much, even if you spin around in the seat to get something, when you come back around and engage the pedals, the seat stays straight. Time will tell if that's just the bearings and everything that are still tight. So we'll see if those loosen up over time, if that becomes an issue, but I have not had an issue with it yet. And I mean, reaching back to get pulls, just a little 10-degree spin like that makes all the difference in the world reaching back. So all in all, I'm happy that it doesn't auto lock or anything. Having the ability to lock it might be nice. Not an issue at this point. It is your standard 4x4 bass seat, like all the boats, so it'll probably be pretty easy to swap it out if in the future ever really wanted one. So again, the boat locks from Boat FX. I made these little 4-inch risers out of aluminum just to mount it up to get it high enough so I can still open and close the hatch and the pedals don't hit it. It seemed to be a perfect little mix. I got the net sitting in the back there. Usually it sits right there on the hatch like many other people run it. I've had a lot of questions about this cart. I got this cart from Dynamic Dollies and Racks. They make a lot of sailboat dollies and stuff. They came out with a few different versions for different size kayaks, different lengths. This one I bought for my old kayak, which the weight point on where the cart comes is, I mean, it's perfectly balanced, super easy to push, move around. It's good on sand, good on pavement. Switching over to this kayak, it fits it widthwise and everything. Center of balance is a little forward, so the kayak's kind of back heavy on it, but this kayak's also a few inches longer. And I have it set off to the side right now so I could have the pedals down. But really great cart, worth the money. I'd buy another one. That's it for my walk around. If you guys have any questions or anything, drop me a comment, ask me away. I'm more than willing to help, let you know what I know, and see you out there on the water.